actually remember very much about Brownies, apart from the fact I really enjoyed it. And we used to do the lion hunt, and I loved it. Loved Brownies. I was a seconder for the leprechauns. I was never a sixer though. But I don't think that had anything to do with why I got involved with Brownies. My name was put forward, and that's why I did it. They come together as Brownies. I mean, that's the reason that they're all there, because they've all learnt about what being a Brownie is all about, and they've all taken their promise. I think it gives them a sense of identity. They have an identity then. If they've got their yellow uniform on and they're standing in a circle, I mean, it's like the thinking day thing. We all stood and we were aware of every other person in the world who was part of the guiding association.
Instant, very, very quick version from Katie, what is thinking day?
It's when Baden-Nose Powell had his birthday, and Baden-Nose Powell was the man who founded Brownies.
I think it's good for them to be aware of what goes on in the world around them. At that young age, or that young impressionable age, are made aware of
She's
it.
going to tell us all about what's happened in the Tibetan.
Then they take that forward with them anyway.
We raise money for. So, on three,
I encourage them to be individuals in their own right, under the guise of being involved in Brownies. It's another dimension for them. It's something else for them to focus on. Well, I live in a semi-detached cottage in the middle of a field where I have a production kitchen that I work from, and I basically work from home. I am a professional caterer. I cook and organise functions and do dinner parties, organise people's wedding receptions. I basically produce food for any functions that anybody wants to put on, where there are people entertaining guests, whether they're friends, family or business associates. I bring the show to them. I like doing it. You know, it's a nightmare. If, 4:30 on a Wednesday afternoon, I usually go into this apoplectic fit about what I've got to do that evening. And at 5:30 I need to leave, and I've got an hour to do everything. And I suddenly realised that I had 1,000,001 things that I was meant to be doing for that evening. And I normally arrive at Brownies sort of by the skin of my teeth at about sort of 3 minutes past 6. And I literally have just, thrown off the apron and put on Brownie outfit and run. And in the sort of 10 minutes it takes me, 10 minutes, quarter of an hour it takes me to get to Brownies, I frantically think about what I'm meant to be doing that evening and what our actual aims are for the evening and what we decided our activities were. And I, usually hope to hell that I remembered everything that I'm meant to take with me.
Right, girls. You ready? Ellie will give you one of her clean ones.
When someone has said, I can't do it, and then they try and they work at it, and you help them and they can do it, and that look of incredible pleasure that comes across their face, and that smile when they actually can say to themselves, I've done it. And they look at you and it's like, you helped me do that, and and it's just wonderful, because you feel like you've really achieved something. That expression, you can't describe it, it's just that sort of flash of expression that just makes everything absolutely worthwhile.
Start there and you can go like that.
I do it for them more than anything else, because they appreciate it. I mean, they do genuinely appreciate it, and they just make me realise that half the things that I get myself all hyped up about are completely irrelevant.
Right, who hasn't washed their board up yet?
They learn to be part of a group and part of a team, which I don't think can be any bad thing. The thing about Brownies for me is that it takes me so completely out of myself. For that sort of 2-hour period on a Wednesday evening, I am not me, I am somebody completely different, and that is why I love it so much. I always have a lasting impression of these happy little faces.